Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Dustin, Berserker Bear, coming to you with another quick hitter edition, pretty much, of Bushwhacking Tartaria. I say quick hitter because effectively I'm testing out my new setup I got here. I just got a new monitor, so I'm able to use my OBS system, and I've been wanting to go over a specific map. And a cool thing that I found on the map, it's a map of Depew, New York from, oh boy, definitely a time gone by. It's got trolleys, it's got old Tartarian architecture and industry. So, and again, it's Depew, New York. It's a place where I can get to. It's within my scope of reach as far as boots on the ground. So let's get right into it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Again, it's Berserker Bear, Dustin. I hope everything is going well as far as the audio and the scenes and everything. It'll get a little bit more tight as I get a little bit better at doing this. But effectively, this will be the format going forward. So I hope you like it. And again, I literally don't have anything written down or planned out. I'm just gonna, as I normally do, shoot from the hip. And effectively, this is where we are right now, Depew, New York. And what I'm going to do is just show you something very interesting that I found on this map. Now and then we'll go there on Google Earth, and I'll show you the next place. Maybe I'll do this in the future. I'll do a little preview for the places I want to go bushwhack and get you close-up pictures of. I could do something like this, and again, it's a work in progress. I'm literally working through this in real time, so let's hope that I can put together a cool product for you, because again, this is going to be how the format will look going forward. So again, let's get right into the map here. Again, this is Depew, New York. And if we can get a date on this, oh wow, okay, 1898. These maps are all accessible, and they're in the Library of Congress. I gotta go through all my old videos and put the links to these in the description. I keep on saying I'm gonna do that, so now let's expand this and so we can get a full view of what we're looking at here. Now, top left is Buffalo. Tonawanda. LaSalle. Niagara Falls. So effectively you have a breadth of look here out from Depew looking towards Buffalo, and it's from Buffalo to Niagara Falls. It's unbelievably fascinating, because then you could overlay this with Google Earth, and that's what I was doing. And then you can try to line up certain features, like this very specific feature right here, kind of like an X pattern, and it looks like an old-timey neighborhood. And what does that even say right there? Oharco? Very interesting. So let's find that place on Google Earth, and let's also, while we're at it, show you the cool anomaly that I want to see. And what I want to get into is this little area right here. So what I'll do is go over this and try to get ourselves orientated for Depew. So let's go do that and see if I can search for I apologize, I'm just getting used to this orientation here myself. Depew. Okay. So let's try to align ourselves and just get a look at, and I think that I have a good argument here for you globers out there. And it literally has to do with me trying to line up that same picture in my field of view on Google Earth. And it seems hard, because if it would be hard if they're superimposing this landscape over a rounded object. So let's go back to this one and see. Another thing is this. Another thing is right here, level here, and it's level here, the space. What I'm saying effectively is the land is exactly parallel with the flatness of the border of the paper. I mean, I'm not saying, I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so yeah, it's hard to get this exact angle. And I only deduce that because what we're looking at here is not true. Anyway, let's see. Okay, so we're out at Depew. Did I lose myself here? Yes, I did. Well, let's do this. Let's get ourselves orientated more. Okay, right there. Go figure. X marks the spot right on the dot. Right there. So, now remember. I remember I said in the previous video too, I think it was hard to match up the angles with these panoramics that are presumably taken from airships from back in the day. And I think that's the reason why, is what I just explained, as far as instead of them actually showing it on a flat map in a simulated virtual thing like they could do on Google Earth, it's wrapped around something that's not reflecting the actual true reality, because we're seeing it flat, especially when you're up in an airship or a balloon, and which is what I think where they got these maps from. Had to have, and may even have been pictures. So yeah, that's that. It's hard. Yeah, so we're not getting the right angle, because we're definitely not getting the right angle, especially when you try looking at it and matching it up on Google Earth, because it's just going to be completely wrong, in my opinion. So we got the X marks the spot. Let's find that. It's right there, and let's try to angle ourselves to see if we can get Buffalo. Keep in mind we're right here with Depew. I don't want to lose that. Okay, there goes Niagara Falls up there. So yeah, we kind of got a little bit of a good view of it. Similar. Buffalo, Niagara Falls. It's not the exact same angle, but it's close enough. So now let's go in and do some boots on the ground previewing for what is at that location now of this tower. And I know I previously looked it up, and I know what it is, but I'm going to walk you through it. Maybe it'll help you figure out how to do it for yourself. So let's figure out what road this is. Ellicott Road, right here. And we got a significant feature too also coming across. And we also have these railways. Now also keep in mind, look at these little cool things. Now these are tramways, little trams, electric trams. And you can actually follow where this one goes all the way from Depew all the way into Buffalo. Just absolutely fascinating. Wireless too. Now you say it's on the railway on the ground. I need to do some more research on that. Anyway, let's get ourselves back to that tower. And what that tower is very interesting. The name of it right now has to do with water. Okay, so right here, let's go back to Google Earth. Now remember the X is right here, and you can see the name actually. So of course we have a tower that is no longer there, and that area is actually literally right here, I believe. Or no, it's over here. I'm sorry, right here. Let's figure it out. Yep, that's it. Okay, so you see that curve? So you see how this thing makes this little curve right here like that, boom? That little cut, if you will. It does look like a cut to it. I don't even know what's going on. This looks like a little, this looks like a, like it goes lower. Like it's cut down. See over here how it goes down? Yeah, it is. These are bridges. Look at this. Cut right into it. Okay? So this was buried. This must have had to have been, was this buried? I don't know. This is, okay, so now that is that right there in the ferry hydraulics. That's it, because that's that swath. That's that S. Okay, and that in between these tracks, where that S is, it's above that S, pretty much right here, I believe. Let's check it. Pretty much right above that S, where these tracks are, right above it. So that's it. So what I need to do is go get here, and I definitely will soon. Maybe clearly it'll be my next bushwhacking Tartaria, boots on the ground. But let's check it out. Now I could swear I do see a little bit of an imprint here of something, but when you zoom in, yeah, it looks like something's there. So at one point in time, now this is right on a main street. Let me have you be aware of this. Now nobody goes in these areas. I could tell you that pretty much for certain, aside from maybe vagrants or whatever. But a lot of deer come into the city on these. My father seen a buck in the city the other day and darted back towards the train tracks. That's some gravy right there for you, as far as the city dwellers in the train tracks. I've been up on the train tracks before, in with this research. Clearly I'm going to be back there. I'm going there. But a lot of deer come into the city from the tracks, because a lot of these tracks are defunct. You got a couple railways that are probably working, but some of them aren't. Reminds me of Ghostbusters. Okay, so that's where, at a time gone by, and at least per this map, but I've already identified an anomaly in the last video of these maps. Oh yeah, I don't have to worry about a half an hour anymore either. I gotta get used to this. I've been recording for 15 minutes. You know, as I get better with this, the operating system and everything, you can expect these deep dives to go, or not even these cursory searches to go a little longer. I can morph them into deep dives. So, if everything goes good. So at a time gone by, in 1898, at this spot in Depew, there was a tower. And what's very interesting is that the business that's right there on the road is Ferry Hydraulics. And it's very interesting because this looks like there's a pump there. So again, with the changing of names of old specific places, in this case a tower that seemingly had water in it, they named something over here. See, I don't even know if it's that tram line. Maybe they changed that tram line into, yeah, definitely. For sure, that tram line is now this road. So there's proof of how the old tram lines were railroads right there. And then that business sits right here. So that business is over a hydraulic aquifer probably. And they named it that. Who knows how this works? Because I'm pretty sure that's an independent business, and I don't even, you know what? Hydraulic equipment supplier. Independent, privately owned business. Maybe have no idea what they're, but maybe they bought it from their previous owners that was called hydraulics because it's in with the fitting in with the area. Maybe they said that there was an old hydraulic pump there, and the owner was just like, "Oh yeah, cool." Who knows? I'm not making any claims or charges. I'm just thinking out loud pretty much as to what really is going on here. And because you know what? I'll also say this and put it out there that I got these maps from a fellow researcher, contributor at MeWe, Mr. Brees. I'll mention him again. He gave me these maps. I'll mention him in tandem along with Muddy May, another research partner, colleague. But Mr. Brees said something to me that was very striking. He said that with this map and the other maps that I was looking at, especially with the Psych Center and other prominent architecture around Buffalo, and seeing how I even want to get in to see what these things are. Those look like oil derricks, but they're actually being called gas wells. I'll definitely get there. I'm not going to get into where that is. Maybe we will. We'll see what happens here. I got some time, so I want this to be kind of concise and more of a preview as to where I'm going to go next. Because this looks like a good, cool place. And even though there's no structure there, maybe that can lend. Sorry about that. If you guys heard that, I got to find a way to turn that off. Or you know what? I'll just close it. That was the MeWe notification. So there doesn't have to be a structure there. Effectively, is what I'm trying to say. I'm going to go to this place, and there's not even a building there. Not even a tower there anymore. But I'm still going to go there, and it'll be a show. And maybe I'll couple it in with going to those oil derricks and seeing where those are. Oh, it just might be a golf course now. And wouldn't that be fitting? Shout out to Michelle Gibson. Yeah, it is. Absolutely it is. So there you go. Golf courses are hiding. I mean, seriously. Golf courses are hiding. Gas wells. I mean, it's just unbelievable. So, I guess the only way if I'm going there is I get a tea time, which might not be a bad idea, actually. So yeah, tower being labeled nothing now, actually just gone, but a nearby business is called Hydraulics. Now that could be a clue for those who run things, I should say, that something's nearby. Seriously, I'm dead serious about that. It's in plain sight, and if it's named that way, Hydraulics, that could be an indicator for people that know that in that area you can get water. So I'm pretty sure that there's probably a water well right here. Good information to know, right? Aside from the fact that I live next to the Niagara River, but you never, I mean, just, that's what I think that clue is, you know, and the honest to goodness, you know what? I say that, and let's do this right now, too. I'll do it right now. Because you know what? Let's see if I have a hunch. These, okay, I'm just going to do this right now. Because it's fitting with these hydraulics. Let's follow this in. And I got a hunch where it ends up. Maybe. Again, we have the things that look like they could be golf courses. But I think this may end up at the H.G. Ward pumping station or around there. Maybe not. But actually, it's right here, so it's in Front Park. And actually, I should open up another one of those maps because this is that H.G. Ward pumping station where I did a couple of... Yeah, so let me get back to what Mr. Brees was saying about these maps. It could be that I'm sitting on an ancient Tartarian megacity. Yeah. Yeah, and I really think that, actually, Mr. Brees. I think you're 100% right there. I think all these hydraulic... Now, on old maps, this is labeled a waterworks or an earthworks. So is this pumping station. Now look at that too. Look at the icon they use too. Plain sight. Okay, Massachusetts have pumping plant. I am going to open up. Not that one. Okay, now this map, 1902. The International Bridge is there. The Peace Bridge is not here. But that crib intake is there. There is no information about that water crib, this crib intake ever being built. That's that thing. I sat at that and looked at that thing for years and years and years, from going to the school from going to school on the yellow bus to walking down here a month ago and getting that video for you when I was standing right here, and just sit in awe at that current, that constant current of 12 miles per hour, constantly hitting that thing. I understand that there's an iron front on it, and the thing itself is just impressive. I just love it. It looks like a transformer. There's old pictures of them there being. I should have had that loaded up for you, actually. Being a warehouse on here. So effectively, there is a tunnel from here to here, and I've shown on schematics before that tunnel from here also goes to here, and I can't find any information on it, on those tunnels at all. And a tunnel goes from, per schematics, from here to here. That round rotunda. Again, look at the icon to that, and I can't find pictures of the tunnels. I can only find schematics that it says this tunnel goes off to the pumping station on Massachusetts Street. This tunnel goes off to the crib intake. It only gives a date of when they were built. It doesn't give it, excuse me, it only gives a date of when the HG Ward, let's actually look it up. This might be a deep dive. HG Ward, no. Colonel Ward Pump Station. In the early 1900s, the colossal 5-story high 60-foot steam pumps delivered. Yeah, see, it doesn't even say the build date in the Buffalo Water, and it has pictures of the inside. Filter plant. Is there even a Wikipedia on this thing? No. Because they're probably trying to hide the fact that they don't have any pictures of this thing being built. Has been the Emerald Channel water intake has been in service since 1913. Colonel Francis Ward pumping station was completed in 1915. Pumping station, the Porter Avenue pumping station, named Colonel Francis Ward pumping station, was named Italian Renaissance style. Oh, really? Italian Renaissance style. It was rebuilt under direction. Okay. The pumping station began construction in 1909 according to the plans by. What about the tunnels? The pumping station is 2 stories in height, built of fireproof construction and clad in brick and stone. I don't believe this at all. Filtration plant. Jubilee Waterworks. I've did that before. That's that water crib intake, I believe. And Meddy May sent me a whole bunch of stuff on that. I gotta look it up. There's probably pictures of this water intake crib in there, but there's no pictures, and there's even no mention of the actual those tunnels in here. I'm just doing a quick search, but anyway, so I don't want to get too real deep into that. Let's cycle back to this thing, because they're named hydraulics, and I think even, who's to say that this isn't a hydraulic pipeline from there? Let's actually take that in a little bit more. Let's go back out to Depew and find that place. Here goes that line. We followed this line. Let's follow this line. Broadway. Let's see if that goes anywhere near. Yeah, it does, and it's possible that they can have. Oh yeah, I guarantee it. I'll say it right now. I believe that hydraulic pump station in Depew, way too far out. I'll say it right now. In with all the hydraulics and the towers here in Buffalo, with the Kensington one that I did, even the Grover Cleveland one that I did. Excuse me. I'm gonna say that either this has an aquifer underwater, evidence in the fact that it has that ferry hydraulics right there, naming something nearby what the actual old world location was. A hydraulics pump area for for water. And again, in with all the towers around here, I'd be willing to bet, and we just evidence that this was a trolley line before, and the fact that even the 190 freeway that I did a video on, the 190 by the Niagara section of the 190, 100% confirmed was a canal before. I confirmed that. I'm going to go ahead and say that this is probably connected to that waterfront, possibly even that waterworks pumping station. How am I going to prove that? I have no idea. But it starts with going out there. And they may even have a plaque out there for it, to be honest with you. It's usually more for in the city where they have those plaques. I've showed those plaques before for the canal and the War of 1812, I believe, in previous videos. They might have a plaque out there for this hydraulics thing. And actually, you know what? Let's do that right now. Let's see. So this is where I'll go. And yeah, privately owned business, I presume. Probably have no idea. I'm going to have to get back there. That's where I'm going, folks. And look at that's okay, so that's clearly raised up. Let's see something now. Wow, see, so this was this all flattened out, and that's why this is raised up now? Because this, I don't think this was raised from the street level. Although maybe it was. I can't tell. Maybe not though, because the tram's got to be flat, right? Flat. So everything's flat. So these could have all been canals. I'm telling you, these could have all been canals. Or at least the train tracks. So that's one of my opinions. This train track's got to be level too. Hydraulics. That will be where I'm going next. So get some key features here. I have to park in one of these side streets and just act like I've been there before. You know how it goes. So that, yeah, that's that. That's going to be my next bushwhack in Tartaria for you. And then, yeah, what's going on here with the little cut. Now, it just shows to me terraforming was done all over this realm. And look at how I understand population growth, but population growth because everybody's going to that one area. The big city lights. Yeah, and then that one area that was a... Oh, where is it? Yeah, okay. The golf course now. That was oil derricks. Or not oil derricks. Natural gas. Yeah, that's got to be it right there. Let's see. Oh yeah, 100%. Or maybe it's that church over here. No, what are these things? Are those the three? No. It has to be that golf course. Or right over here, yeah. Oh, those might even be... Look at guys, you see something like where they may have 1, 2, 3 been? Yeah, what are the gas lines? They're hiding gas lines with golf courses. Yep. So, what we got here? 34. Yeah, I'm going to tail this off. And the next location I will be going for my bushwhacking Tartaria adventures is going to be Ferry Hydraulics, because there's an old world tower right behind there. It was knocked down, and there's probably still remnants of it there, and I want to go find out, because I just must. Tis me nature. So I'll round that one out again. This is Dustin with Bushwhacking Tartaria. A little preview for where I'm going to go next, and a new update to the system and the format. I hope you liked it. As always, I'll report back. Take care and be safe. All right, take care.